Howdy everybody, and welcome to Season 3 of the Debauchery Circus campaign here on the Random Rhapsody Network. I'm Matthew R. Dawson, your friendly neighborhood host and GM, and joining me around my virtual table today are Steven, Junior, Brie, and Brandie. Say hi, everyone.
Hello.
Hello.
Empty.
Hello.
Okay. Now, before we begin, we have a few announcements to get through, starting with the first of our two sponsors for tonight's show, Hero Forge. Hero Forge offers fully customization for your tabletop minis with dozens of fantasy species and thousands of parts to choose from. Their easy-to-use design tools let you build your perfect miniature online using a fully 3D in-depth character creator right from your web browser, which is where we made all the tokens that we're using today. Hero Forge also offers custom minis in a variety of materials, including color-printed options and downloadable models for 3D printers. They are constantly expanding the catalog of customization options and adding new parts every week, including major features like new species and custom posing on a regular basis. You can check them out at heroforge.com. Our second sponsor for tonight's show is XSplit. XSplit is a high-quality virtual webcam background remover that works with your already existing webcam. Using this program, you can protect your privacy while you work or play remotely. You can blur, remove the background entirely, or even put your favorite picture as your background instead. XSplit can even be used as a broadcaster for content creation. You can download the app today at xsplit.com, and if you use coupon code RANDOM, you get 10% off of your purchase. You can find our referral link in the chat and show description. Last but not least, we have the very first episode of our newest series, Sonnet of Blood, a Curse of Strahd campaign, which is airing this Wednesday, April the 12th at 6 p.m. Central Time. As the name suggests, the series is a love letter to not only Curse of Strahd, but one of my favorite video game series of all time, Castlevania. So be sure to stop by and hang out with us for that as well. Now you can keep up to date on our schedule and everything we're doing by following us on Facebook as Random Rhapsody TV and on Twitter as @random_Rhapsody. Okay, that should do it for the announcements. So join us as we dive into the world of Loroupa and continue on with the adventures of the Debauchery Circus. And we're back. So when we last left off, the Debauchery Circus had returned to Coltrast Keep after the aberration known as the Mind Tyrant had taunted them with the knowledge that their home was once again under attack by the cult. After fighting their way to the ground floor, the weary team came face to face with the last remaining Star Knights of Veritude's forces, Sir Ricton Talvor and Sir Morden Bendleton. The pair attempted to taunt the party out from the library to fight them directly, while their minions sent crossbow bolts and spells at them to encourage this encounter. In response, Blaznir polymorphed himself into a T-Rex, which also knocked down several of the bookshelves in the library in the process. He did manage to harm one of the cultists and eat another, but it wasn't long before Sir Bendleton's arrows returned him to his human form. Lapis was next. She was the next one out of the main hall, focusing her attacks on Sir Talvor, with Tomas fast on her heels to support. Corin, for the most part, stayed towards the back since he was pretty much exhausted from spell slots, and Ichabod bided his time to be the last to engage the axe-wielding knight due to some weird tentacles coming out from the ground. The battle was fierce, but the group managed to take down their enemies one by one. I'm fairly certain that Tomas ended with the highest kill count from that battle, but it was Ichabod who got to claim Talvor's head in the end. With the rest of his companions defeated, Bendleton did the one thing that the Star Knights seemed to be good at, turning tail and running away from the hall. And so, Debauchery Circus. The squad did chase after the bow-wielding knight, and a few of you even managed to catch up to him. Unfortunately for you, he was able to dimension door away before you could all defeat him. With that Star Knight now gone, the keep seems quiet at first, as you all turn around and regard one another. But that quiet moment is soon gone as the ground beneath your feet begins shaking once again. It's an earthquake. You all kind of realize this as you're trying to keep your footing. But as that happens, a question comes to each of your minds. And that question is, what is most important to you? Health, wealth, or happiness? And Blaznir, since you're the one who rolled, why don't you go ahead and go first?
Yes. I think at one point Blaznir might have said happiness, but right now he's saying health. There's not much you can do with happiness if you're just gonna, keel over the next second, so.
That's fair. Lapis, how about you?
Well, Lapis has little use for wealth. I feel like she would say happiness would be most important, with health being very close behind.
Okay, fair enough. Corin, how about you?
Happiness. Health isn't really guaranteed when you're staring down the loaded barrel of a beholder's eye rays. Wealth is nice because it can buy you hot tubs, but you can just travel to a hot spring.
Okay, fair enough. Ichabod, how about you?
I would say for Ichabod, it's health, but specifically the health of other people. I think to him, he has no value unless he is able to protect other people. So right now he's thinking about his sons, he's thinking about everybody in Coltrast, and then he's thinking about his friends who are here and whether we're going to survive. So not his own health, as we've proven. I don't really care much about my own health.
Okay.
Flipping him out money, too. Never will be happy.
Never will be happy about that, yeah. Well, okay. Well, Debauchery Circus, the ground is a-shaking, and I need everyone to give me a dexterity saving throw.
Cool. No doubt.
Nice.
Yikes. So, what's the bonus we get for being close to you?
I don't think you're close enough to me, unless we had a chance to move.
Not really.
Then okay. I probably failed with an 8.
Lapis got a 29, though.
Hey, at least Lapis got a 29.
I got a 17.
And hey, Tomas got a 15, so he just barely manages to stay on his feet. Lapis and Ichabod have no problem staying on theirs as well, but Blaznir and Corin, God, you're just exhausted after today's activities. Because, I mean, think about it for a second. You started at midnight sneaking into the convent. You started, you explored down there for a couple hours, and then you teleported here. So it is crazy early in the morning, and it's no doubt whatsoever part of the reason why the two of you just, face plant on the ground.
Yes, that's the sole reason.
Yeah. As the keep rumbles and shakes for a little bit. And you all kind of just have to brace yourself against the wall as the ground is rumbling. But after a few more moments, it does seem to stop once again. And the keep seems to settle a little bit. So, with that in mind, Debauchery Circus, what would you like to do?
It's more than likely something to do with the tree that has caused this rumbling.
I'm gonna stay laying on the ground for a minute, just keeping an ear out. Make sure no one's running downstairs.
Sure, go ahead and make a perception check.
Yeah, still just laying down. Ooh, natural 1 for a 16.
Yeah.
Wow, natural 1 for a 16.
You know, other than the shaking of your own body and a little bit of the noise from Ichabod's armor, you're not really hearing any other commotion.
Hey, you know, once we hit level 14, Blaznir, you should definitely let you take that feat that lets you fly with those big ass ears of yours.
You hear the whistling of every breath that I take from my punctured lung.
Probably.
Because I'm like smoking my pipe and it's making a terrible groaning noise. I am going to cast one of my new spells, Aura of Vitality.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah,
That is
tell
a
us
good
about
one.
that.
So healing energy radiates from me and an aura with a 30-foot radius, so a big space. Until the spell ends, it moves with me, and I can use a bonus action to cause one creature in the aura, including myself, to regain 2d6 hit points, and it lasts for a minute. And then I'll say, well, I don't reckon that we have a whole lot of time to rest up here. We should figure out what's going on in the basement. And I'll bonus action give myself 2d6.
So, I mean, if you're wanting to just stand here for 1 minute, because that's all it is, you can just keep bonus action.
Yeah, everybody,
to heal
you get
everybody.
1 minute breather.
Walking over here, temporarily resting my head on Ichabod's shoulder.
Ichabod,
I stumble.
Can I make a suggestion, Ichabod?
Yeah, what's that?
We should probably make sure Edmund's alright. No?
Yeah, and my sons.
Yes, are they in the keep?
I don't reckon so. I think they might be in the church,
Then-
but that's kind of a guess.
Yeah, we should probably find them instead of staying here, right?
Okay, so let's do this real quickly. You can basically do this 10 times. Because
All right, well,
there's
I'll
10
look
rounds
at myself a few times,
Yeah.
real quick, because, looking out for number 1. So that's 22 hit points.
Now, what was that about only caring about the health of others?
I'm amazingly a selfish person, but who cares very strongly about other people, to the point where I will ignore your needs. I know what's best for you. Okay, and then I'll give Corin a couple.
Yay.
So that's 5 of them. You get 21.
Damn.
You also see Tomas casting a Cure Wounds on himself.
Oh, you got yourself then, Tomas?
Looks like I got the good rolls.
Yeah, you did. Blaznir, how you looking?
I'm slightly below half. I don't necessarily need it.
I give Blaznir 1.
Alright.
Tomas is still below half as well. He don't look great.
I'll give Tomas 1. That's 9.
Okay.
I look at Lapis.
I mean, I could certainly use some. I'm not like.
So what am
probably
I
about
at?
half.
7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. I'll give you 1. That's 8. And the rest for my damn self.
Well,
13 more.
Are we
go.
sticking around to keep trying to figure out everything else, or are we trying to get out?
Yeah, I was gonna ask that same question. What exactly is the plan here?
Because
well, I could get us out if necessary, but
I could open up that front door, you know.
Oh, I ain't
If-
gonna take too much convincing to get out of here and check on the people we care about.
if the earthquakes are indeed coming from this place underneath, then we may not as easily be able to get back in.
I think
That's
that's tomorrow's problem. We are not going to survive if we go down there. We barely survived attack, up here. Who do you
Yeah.
think is guarding the tree? It's
I
not.
need to see with my eyes that my sons are okay.
I want to check on Edmund, make sure he's not poisoned in any way.
Sounds like we're getting out of here.
Right.
Would you like me to take us home?
No, I reckon you save that.
Yeah, I would. I mean, that'd be a hypocrite to tell you to keep your spells. I was about to
I
use the
think we
spells to
should-
get out of here too. So
Yeah, I think we should attempt to go down and leave through the front door if it's possible.
Well,
And then
it's
if it's
the front-
not, we can teleport.
Corin will groan a little bit at the thought of having to use his legs, because that's exactly why he became a wizard, so that eventually he wouldn't have to, but sure.
Lazy motherfucker. Let's go.
I think
In all fairness, at the time he was a rabbit when he
Yeah,
made that decision, so I kind of get it.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I had very short legs, could not take big steppies.
You can take big hops.
well, anyway, sounds like you're making your way back to the Great Hall. Feel free to do so at any time.
Yeah, let's leave. Oh yeah, there's all the coffins. That's what it was.
Yeah.
As you make your way back out from the hallway there into the Great Hall, you do see that there are a ton of stone sarcophaguses that have just been piled up to clearly barricade the front door. There's a dozen of them in total, all stacked haphazardly on top of one another. A lot of like the tops of them. I'm blanking on what they're called, but the tops of the sarcophagus. A lot of them are kind of been thrown to one side. They're broken in a lot of places. You can see a lot of the rubble there. But then the big rectangular 3 feet tall stone parts of the sarcophagus. Those have all been stacked, somewhat neatly, somewhat not, but it's completely covering the 10-foot door you got there.
Yes,
I'm going to cast Conjure Animals at 7th level, unless someone stops me, and summon just a bunch of apes to start moving to...
Army of apes.
Yeah.
what is the phrase that you humans so often use? Not it?
Yeah, so there are now, I think it's 4 times 3,
So
12
pop up
apes.
the spell that you're putting up.
There are now 12 apes starting to carry our the
Sarcophagi.
sarcophagi.
Okay. Yeah. So you can. How many in total? 9, you said?
12.
12. Jesus Christ.
12 of them. They're,
Okay, so a
Giant
dozen giant apes appear in the room as everyone just kind of stops and stares at at Blaznir.
Ew.
But then he starts directing them, and they start to work and start to try to clear this away. Now, it's going to take some time. It's not like it's not going to be a 5-second jaunt, but working together, they can clear them away. So while you're waiting for this to happen, because it looks like they can last for an hour, so yeah, they probably will be able to clear them away within an hour. But you do have some time. So in that time, what are you wanting to do?
Can I go over, because I don't think we've checked these guys' bodies at all. So I guess I want to loot them, but I'm mostly trying to look for, especially on what's his face over here, Axe Guy, if there's any kind of documentation, letters,
Clues.
directions, clues to indicate what they have accomplished here, or what they intended to accomplish, which seems like they did accomplish.
Okay. Go ahead and make an investigation check.
Sure, that's
If
my
anyone wants to
strong suit.
help Ichabod out, that'd probably be a good time to do so.
Yeah, I can help.
I just start like kicking things.
What's your
Poking it with my
What's your
stick.
bonus to
0.
investigation? I
I'm
have a plus
dumb.
10.
Corin. I'll lift him. You check him.
All right,
I'd pick him up.
fine.
Pick him up and shake him, see what falls out of his armor.
Normal roll, Matt.
Oh yeah, I didn't mean to press that. Sorry.
Yeah. No, you can have advantage. The two of you are working together.
Okay. First roll is a 14. Second roll is a 23.
There you go.
Hell yeah.
So, searching his body, it's actually kind of disappointing how few things you find. What you do find is one end of a sending stone. That's an interesting thing. You recognize this. You've seen them before. I think you have them.
Yes.
So you would very quickly recognize that the stone in a pouch that also, by the way, has 100 platinum coins in it, also had a sending stone.
Nice.
He is wielding. He has a big ass ebony great axe. He has very, very fine looking armor. It's full plate armor. He also has a shield as well. Apart from that, the only other thing you find on him is one of those amulets that's in the motif of the tree.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You find one of the Dreaming Tree amulets
Interesting.
tucked in underneath his armor.
I split the platinum 5 ways with Tomas. So everybody gets 20.
Tomas will take that, that's for sure.
Sure. Is there any way for me to tell if that axe was enchanted or whether the enchantment was from him?
If you like, you can use this time to, ritually cast detect magic and
I have identified that I
I-
can ritually cast.
Okay.
I think
Since-
that we have kind of well established that their weapons are enchanted by themselves.
Usually, yes.
And I'm pretty
I
sure I
don't-
remember at the end of the battle when he fell, Matt specifically was like, and the magic leaves. But
I don't
yeah,
necessarily have much else to do while he's moving those sarcophagi, so I'm going to be useful
Yeah.
however I can.
I suddenly remember my captive upstairs. Oh
So
yeah.
I'll check out the armor and the
Okay.
axe and stuff.
Yeah, so the armor and the axe. The armor is +2.
Okay, sweet.
As is the shield. The great axe is a +2 great axe. There is no other enchantment apart from that. You can kind of get the sense that yes, part of the enchantment is just how powerful the thing was. The other part of it is that natural magic that came from them.
Okay, 2 questions on the sending stone. Would I be able to tell who it goes to if I identify it?
No, you would not.
Okay, and
It's
then...
the spell doesn't identify who's holding it.
Mhm.
Okay. It just tells you what it does.
But if you send something through it, you will know if it's in somebody's possession.
But what I will tell you is
Mhm.
this. It has been used for today. You can
Okay.
cast Identify on it and tell that.
The other question that I have is for later for the teleport spell. It says that there's no chance of failure if you have an associated object. Can I use this sending stone to teleport me to the location of its pair?
No.
Okay,
Oh, man,
worth a shot.
I feel like that was kind of smart.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
If it were... Yeah, but the thing is, you have to have an object that's from that place. If you're not teleporting from one random place to another random place, that's not an item from that place. You're just... That's a little outside of the bounds of the spell. Now, if you had, like, a rock from that specific area where they currently are, then yeah, you could teleport to that location.
Yeah, but that's the point is that I
yeah.
don't know where they are, and so I was
Exactly.
just trying to
Would scrying work in
seventh
that
level
way?
spell and all that, but
Scrying
Yeah.
does actually assist it as far as knowing an area.
Well, I just mean like doing, like what Corin wants, but with just scrying instead of teleporting.
But the point
But,
I'm
yeah, I
trying to
don't-
explain
I-
here, if you let
I
me
was just
explain.
curious.
Yeah, I'm trying to explain. Give me it. If you scry on a place,
Uh-huh.
you get to know a little bit about that place, and so it helps to because the way teleport works is there's like a whole bunch of different scenarios that add to whether or not you teleport there, that sort of thing. If you scry on a location, then you can get to know that location, and that does assist in teleporting there.
Sure. My question was, could I scry on the Sending Stones pair?
Sure, you could scry on the Sending Stones pair and possibly try to find it.
Cool.
Okay.
All right, somebody write that down.
I have to buy some stuff for that. But...
If it's gonna take, well, this has already taken 20 minutes, right? Because he ritually casts Identify twice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So in that 20 minutes, can I try to retrieve my captive? My nun?
You certainly can go back up to
See if
to
she's
there.
still
Yeah. Yeah, it'd only take you about 5-6 minutes to do so.
Matt's like, well, she escaped, so you ain't getting none.
No none. Well, we'll see. She was bound, so she would have to cut herself free, and then she would have to break out of the door, which I blocked.
Mm-hmm.
And she was gagged, I believe.
Yeah.
As well.
Yeah.
So we'll see if she's there.
I actually rolled to see what happened to the nun. So we're going to find out. You head up there to the 3rd floor. I think you had shoved like a sword or something through the door, or a lance or something.
I think it was a spear, yeah.
Yeah, spear. You have to pull that out. It takes you a little bit of time, but you can get it out, and you open the door. You do see the woman's body there on the ground, lying slumped to one side. But when you walk over to look at her, you realize that her mouth is full of blood, and there's a very large pool of blood on the ground in front of her.
Jesus, she bit off her own tongue.
Yeah.
And killed herself? Like she swallowed her tongue?
Yeah.
Okay. I like it when the trash takes itself out. I leave. I think I look at her and I'm like, I'm really irritated that she did that, but I don't feel anything for it.
I could reincarnate her.
No. She hardly deserved the life that she had.
I mean, you can certainly try.
Just saying.
Assuming she doesn't have friends to, resurrected her already.
No, she probably wouldn't be willing anyway, so.
I doubt she knew much anyway.
Yeah.
All right, I go back downstairs and don't say anything about it. I just walk back down without her.
Just walk back down. All the dead bodies are everywhere. Just
everybody probably
them.
thinks that I went up there and killed her. And I don't argue with it at all. I just don't clarify. Well, she was gone. That's all I say.
That's fun. Are my apes done yet?
It takes a good hour to do so. If we're not doing anything else, yeah, you can help speed it up a little bit, but not by a lot. It's just it's a lot of pieces that you're moving back and forth, but it doesn't take forever.
Yeah, I don't want it to be fully cleared. I just want it clear enough so we can get out.
Let me squeeze out the door.
Well, you might be able to help out, but I certainly can't with my 10 strength.
I would definitely attempt to help out. Any minute that we can save, I want.
So you continue to clear it out and help it along, and eventually you do get it to the point that you've shoved enough of them to one side that you can shove those doors and begin pushing them open. It looks like the cultists actually had kind of messed with the door quite a bit. So there's like some rope and stuff you have to cut through. It's a bit of a hassle. It seems like the cult were pretty dedicated to keeping anyone in or the outside out throughout all this. But you do eventually manage to get it open. And as you pull the doors open, you can see that there's a whole other set of doors you have to go through from that point, and then you open it up. But once you do, you can see that there's actually a bit of a battle going on outside. You can hear a little bit of clanging, a little bit of yelling and fighting, and it's about 4:30-ish in the morning. At this point, you can see that the sun is not yet actually risen, but there are lit braziers all along the outer wall of the keep, and you can see arrows kind of flying over, and every so often you see someone up on the battlements of the outer walls of the keep, like get hit and fall. There's also, the very large gate to the outside. It is down, but you can see that there's a small crowd of people on the other side of it trying to push it upward right now. They've got one of those, shield wall kind of things holding up to stop arrows from coming down on them, and they're just trying to shove this gate open as spearmen are at the front stabbing at cultists who are beginning to die.
Okay, so the guys who are trying to open the gate are Coltrast's army people.
That's probably yes.
Okay.
That absolutely is. That's the easiest thing to assume.
Let's flank who they're fighting then.
Yep.
Let's get to work.
Reinvigorated. I think I healed the hole in my lung. Breathe again.
This actually isn't a too difficult thing, and I'm not even going to actually initiate a battle here. Mm-hmm. Because between the Coltrast citizens outside trying to fight their way in and your group, there's barely any cultists left that are actually alive and fighting. So it does not take your group very long at all to kill these men and to help get your army into the keep.
Do we kill every single one?
You know what? Go ahead and roll a d20.
Because I really would like to attempt to kill every single one. I feel like I should get a bonus.
I'd like to make sure that if there's anybody who looks important, that we don't kill them so we can extract information. But
yeah,
I'm in a
prisoners
frenzy.
are good.
I imagine Ichabod.
Instead of just a straight d20 roll, right?
I'll give you a d20 at advantage.
Okay, well.
Because there's maybe half a dozen people left at this point.
A 7 and a 6.
Oh, did you roll it? I was going to roll it.
Oh, okay. Well, you roll it then.
Yeah, it was more for Brie to roll.
Okay.
So I got a 16 and a 17.
Yeah. I would say that's more than enough. Ichabod in his frenzy. Tomas, not too worried about it either. You easily kill all of the cultists.
Yeah, well, I got that Oath of Conquest. I want to make sure nobody's coming back.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, the person who's leading the Coltrast forces is your old pal, Commander Lorient. He and his militia have been fighting since early this afternoon, trying to get back into the keep. And once you guys get the portcullis back up and let everybody through, they kind of give you a report. They're like blown away. They had no idea that you'd be showing up. And Laurent is all, "Oh my God, I'm really happy to see you all. We had no idea how to contact you or anything."
Laurent, you are a sight to see. But also, you knew exactly how to fucking contact me because I had this goddamn sending stone the entire fucking time, and I throw it at him.
You throw it at him.
I said specifically, if something were to happen, to call us immediately. Why are we showing up here at the end of the battle?
Well, we technically ended the battle, so that's kind of why.
I know. We finished. I'm still mad.
Didn't you use up the single use of the sending stone by finding out what was up with Edmund?
Well, that's when we called, and he said that Edmund was hurt. And Edmund had the sending stone to call us if something were to happen. He was laying there hurt. Why didn't he call me an hour ago? I'm just saying.
Yeah,
I'm a little peeved, but I am happy to see you, Lorient. I want that full report.
And you are given a full report, which I'm going to kind of give you the TLDR on. Basically, what happened was the previous evening, Edmund was attacked in his sleep. Fortunately, the group from Rowena, Ishmael and his friends, had been recalled by Edmund to kind of post up in the keep and keep an eye on things. And it was actually Fires in the Sky that found Edmund, and they were able to bamboozle their way and to get Edmund out. We're not going to go into the whole thing because I actually have a one shot that I'm planning that's kind of going to go over everything that happened there. But in the end, the thief kids were able to get the Edmund out of the keep and over to the Church of the Five. They didn't find the sending stone until actually you called. The first worry of Father Amos was trying to heal Edmund, and he is awake now, but only just. Whatever it was that the assassin had used was pretty freaking potent, and it took the father a bit of time to prepare and to do everything. But you are informed that Edmund is alive. He is awake right now over at the Church of the Five.
I look at him and say,
I'm making my way to Edmund right now.
I'm going to go see my son. I'll be back shortly.
what about my son Ishmael? Is he alright?
Yes, they sustained some small injury. They're over at the church as well, but they've all been healed up and are currently keeping Edmund under close guard.
Alright. I start speed walking to church. I gotta see with my own eyes.
Yeah.
I'm sure. Well, it takes you a bit of time to make your way down, but it's probably around 5 o'clock in the morning. The sun is just beginning to come over the horizon, and you all have a level of exhaustion.
Yep.
Can I kick the church doors open when we get there?
I mean, if you want to.
No, I want to do the Aragorn, walk through giant doors all sweaty.
That's kind of probably how this looks. I mean, if you're the one that pushes open those two double doors, there's just this loud creak. Yeah. And you notice the first moment that you step into the church is that it's kind of been turned into a makeshift triage. There's quite a few people who are being administered to by the local priests. Father Amos is nowhere in sight, but the moment your group comes in, everyone just kind of rushes you and starts asking you tons and tons of questions. How did you get here? What's going on at the keep? Is everybody all right up there? And it takes you a little bit to kind of calm everybody down.
I will absolutely shove through these people. I'm ignoring them. I'm looking around for Ishmael and just pushing people out of my way.
Well, okay, I'm a wizard, you see, and all of the cultists at the keep are dead because I'm a wizard, you see, and...
Give me an athletics check, Ichabod.
Yeah, I ain't trying to hurt nobody, but I also ain't being gentle.
Sure, I doubt it.
Oh, excellent. Well, I rolled with disadvantage because of the exhaustion, right? Is that...
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So I got a 25.
25. Wow. With a 25, you just push past all of these people. A couple of them kind of get pushed roughly, and you make your way around to the side building where Father Amos has his little rectory, and there you actually spot two of the kids. Fires in the Sky, and I'm blinking on the other kid's name, so I gotta look real quick.
Chicken of the Dirt.
It's Rarin, the hill dwarf.
Oh, yeah.
And the two of them are just kind of standing there. They got their weapons out. They're leaning on the door, and they see you, and Ichabod, just storming up, your face probably looking like thunder, no doubt. And they just kind of jump up and kind of straighten up a little bit, and Fires in the Sky kind of scowls a little bit and bites her tongue, but the dwarf, on the other hand, says, "Oh, Ishmael's in here with Lord Edmund. Go ahead and go on in."
I tip my hat to him. And I open the door. But this time I open the door slowly.
Slowly.
Yeah, I walk up to the door very quickly and then stop and then calmly, slowly open the door. I can't let my son see that I'm super worried. That'd be very cool.
Well, inside, what you see is Edmund on the old priest's bed.
I imagine Blaznir's like right behind me.
Oh yeah, I've been following you this entire time.
Oh yeah.
I imagine so. What you see is Edmund on Father Amos's bed, underneath the covers, kind of sitting up a little bit, eating something out of a bowl, while the priest, Father Amos, is sitting on a chair next to him. The two of them seemed like they had been in conversation, but the moment the door opened, they all kind of turned their head to look to see who it is. You also spot Ishmael sitting on the top of a dresser, kind of 1 foot up on the edge of it, the other down, very cash, just kind of picking his fingernails with his knife. But the moment the door opens, like you see his hand go up and grab that dagger, like he's about to throw it, and he looks to see who it is.
Mm-hmm.
And you would expect that, like, once he realizes that, oh, it's everybody here, his guard goes
He'll
down.
throw it at Ichabod.
No, he doesn't throw it at Ichabod, but it takes him a moment to lower it. Like it looks like he's thinking about it for half a second before he
as soon as
it.
I see him, I do approach him. So I would understand if he stays, like if his guard stays up. But I want to walk up to him, like stomp in my boots, and then stop right in front of him. And then if he lets me, I just grab him and give him a hug.
You grabbing him, like, go ahead and make a
I imagine he's
check.
like kind of frozen, like what the hell is happening? But I want to grab him and give him.
Yeah, a little at
What
first.
have you done with my father?
A little at first.
Mhm.
I think what I want you to do is roll an initiative check versus him.
See if he can dodge me.
Yeah.
Well, don't
Guidance.
forget the
My
disadvantage.
initiative is awful, so I definitely won't.
Guidance.
Yeah, it's a 4.
Oh, that doesn't help.
I always get a terrible initiative, no matter
I
what.
didn't.
So
Well, you know what?
Don't
I'm going to
forget
give
your
you advantage
disadvantage.
at the. Well, oh shit! Yeah, that's right. You're at
'Cause it
disadvantage,
is an
but I was
ability
going
check.
going to give you advantage for it, since you're catching the kid off guard. But that's still just
what you
evens it
should
out.
do is give him disadvantage because he's caught off guard.
Yeah.
That's a good alternative.
Well,
Yeah, a 23 and a 22. How did I
He
rolled a
wins.
20 and 19? So
Yeah.
you get him for half a second. Your arms are starting to go around him.
Yeah, I imagine I reach out and he
Mhm.
just kind of like, squares up. And so I just stop suddenly. And I'm
Mhm.
like, Ishmael, it's good to see that you're okay.
I surprised to see you here, Father. Thought I got the letter saying that you were going to be gone for a while.
Well, we came back as soon as we heard what was happening.
At which point Edmund pipes up. I'm actually very glad to see all of you. How did you arrive here? What's the status at the keep?
Well, we set off some alarm bells, that's for sure.
well, we arrived here because I'm a wizard, and the bad people
And-
at the keep are dead because I'm a
We-
wizard.
We killed
Did
one
you
of
know
the
that you have
Starlight-
a teleportation circle in your keep?
Well,
That's
yes. Well, yes, I did. I just wasn't sure if you used that or other methods to get here.
We got the one of the Star Knights. The other has unfortunately fled because they're cowards and can't face death.
I also
So-
think we were a bit too late, because as Bendleton was fleeing, he said that they already accomplished what they were trying to accomplish. And there's been some tremors. You been feeling these tremors?
Tremors? No, not
Maybe
not
it's
at
just
all.
in the keep, but the whole keep's rattling. So I suggest you do not return there for some time.
He looks very, very shocked at this proclamation. The young lord kind of goes silent for a moment and just seems to be kind of thinking about what to do. I assume you all spend some time like actually explaining what happened at the keep and yada yada yada, the earthquakes and all of that.
I'm especially going to impress upon him that it's more than likely something that they screwed with the dream route.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we'd be happy to go and check it out right as soon as we're finished licking our wounds.
Yes, you do look worse for wear, that's for sure.
Thanks.
Perhaps
fighting all day.
All day.
Quite literally all day.
Yeah, Ishmael in the corner kind of chuckles at that, and he says, "Yeah, you definitely look it."
Can I look at Ishmael and assess if he is hurt? Has he also been fighting all day and looks like shit?
Make a perception check.
Okay. That's a 16.
He actually, you can tell he's dirty. There's some a little bit of grime on that knife of his. That's probably dried blood. If there are any wounds on him, they've definitely been healed up since then. But his hair is tousled. He has that kind of just wild look in his eyes that you can tell he's seen some fighting today.
Mm-hmm. I try not to look too proud. Just kind of look away.
How is Edmund looking? Is he looking pale, or is he just is he looking fine?
Make a medicine check.
Medicine check.
I look over at Edmund and go say,
"It's
good to say that you're safe, son." More of using the term son as in someone who is younger than I am, but also just as in, hey, Ichabod, I'm his father figure.
I don't even clock it at all. I'm too focused on Ishmael. I'm obsessed.
Now, with your 21 medicine, Blaznir, you can tell he does look a little green around the gills, as though he's just gotten over something and he's not at full health yet. But he doesn't look injured at this point. He just looks a little like he's been sick and he's just now starting to recover.
Did you guys ascertain what poison? I'm assuming there was some sort of poison involved.
Yes, indeed, Father. And the old priest stands up and says, "Yes, that's not his voice."
Corin also stands up.
What's that?
I said Corin also stands up when he says "Father."
Yes. Well, we've determined that young Lord Edmund has been poisoned with a black basilisk poison, quite potent, not wholly deadly, but puts the individual under a deep paralysis that, if left untreated, would eventually lead to death. But that could take up to several weeks of the patient just, not eating and drinking and that sort of thing.
Well, I'm glad to see him moving and talking then.
Sure is moving.
Glad you're all right, Edmund.
I'm certainly glad to see all of you. And if what you say that all of the fighting is done, I'm sure Commander Loyant has already sent soldiers into the keep to examine and to try to see if anyone else is hiding up there.
Yep, we'll pass them on the way out.
I would suggest, for now, getting some rest. You from what you've said, you definitely sound like you've had a trying and troubling night.
Are we thinking long rest or short rest, fellas?
Long. Do you want spells?
I would accept some spells.
Yeah.
Well then, long rest it is.
Okay. I want to, before we, as everybody's getting ready to settle down for rest, I want to take off my hat and look at Ishmael and be like, Ishmael, we both had a long, hard day. Why don't you join your father for a drink?
That your response kind of surprises him a little bit, takes him aback. Go ahead and roll.
I almost died today, so I'm like, what's really important?
Roll me a persuasion.
booze is what's really important.
It would be an advantage right now, but we're
Okay.
going to take it as a regular roll.
Do you want to take my 17, or can I just roll again?
You know what? I'm going to take your 17
Yay!
because I feel
Let me
like this
bond
is
with my
something.
son.
Yeah, we're going to allow this to happen.
Okay.
The kid's surprised. He kind of walks over with you, and you also see fires in the sky. The Tabaxi young lady, kind of walking behind, just kind of watching a little bit.
I don't think I've clocked that they're like in love, so I don't realize that's like his girlfriend.
Well, they're not just out of character. They're not at that point yet. They're
yeah.
more just very protective
They're
of one
in the
another.
crush phase right
Yes,
now.
something like that.
So cute. So yeah, we're in the church, so I want to go out and like sit. You know how there's always the steps leading up to like the stage where the podium is and stuff?
Mm-hmm.
I want to sit on those steps, and I do have in my inventory a bottle of whiskey. so I want to sit on the steps, gesture for him to sit next to me, and pour us each a glass of whiskey.
Okay.
In the communion cups.
In the communion cups. Why the hell not?
That's all. I look around for what we have, and it's some communion cups. So, and hand it to him, and then go for a little cheers.
It's awkward, and like the entire time, this kid kind of gives the vibe of waiting for the other shoe to drop. But he accepts the drink and kind of tinks it there with you, and sits there awkwardly sipping it, not quite sure what to make of this scenario.
I try to muster up the courage to say something to him, but it takes a very long time.
I imagine so. And he also, does the whole first hard liquor drink cough.
Where you slap him on the back.
I try to stifle my laughter as much as I can because I don't want to alienate him. But it is very funny. It's like when I gave Edmund alcohol and he did the same thing.
Yeah, and you actually see him. He passes the drink back to Fires and the others as well, just to kind of taste it. And all five of them come out from their hiding places and sit down and just kind of chill with y'all. And eventually,
I spend the time just watching my son get along with his friends. So I don't say anything to him because, there's other people here and stuff. But I just want to watch him get along with his friends and kind of feel a little swelling in my heart.
While that's going on, Corin, what are you planning?
Called heart disease when your heart swells like that.
I'm immune to all disease, actually. So.
Wow. But Corin, what are you doing during that time?
Once I've given my report to Edmund, I guess I'll probably try and see how bad the damage to the town was.
Okay, so you're actually going to leave the church and wander about for a bit?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Now, how about Blaznir? What do you do during this time?
Oh, that is a very good question. Let's see. I'm exhausted. I don't want to deal with anything else. I'm probably just gonna, I'm gonna bid farewell to Edmund, make sure that there's people guarding the church, and then go to our keep or home or whatever.
Whichever mansion? It's a mansion, yeah.
Yeah, whatever the word is.
Are you sure you want to go alone?
Whoever follows me, follows me.
Okay. And Lapis, how about you?
Lapis would probably see if her assistance is needed at the church, and if not, I would follow Blaznir. Because I too am kind of a bit wore out.
That's fair. As you're all leaving, you notice that, Blaznir, you especially would notice that after giving your report to Edmund, Tomas stays behind, asks if he can speak to Edmund as well. He wants to ask a few questions. Corin, you see that Blaznir and Lapis are heading towards the keep as you make your way through the town. The lower town, no damage whatsoever. Just walking around and asking some questions. It seems like the cult didn't bother to leave the keep at all.
Yeah.
You make your way up to the upper town to where your mansion and the other mansions and the keep itself is, and you do see that there is some structural damage to the outer wall of the keep. Spell throwing and things like that. You can see that there's like some crater holes and pop marks and along the edge of the outer wall, probably where like the cultists were throwing spells down at the soldiers that were trying to retake the keep.
Mm-hmm.
You can see some of that damage, but other than that, not a whole lot. Other than the damage to the keep and the interior and what you've already seen.
Sure.
But that's about it. You kind of get the vibe that overall the cultists, they had no interest in the town. They arrived there, they seemed to have pushed everybody out that they could, then shored up the walls and seemed to be content to wait.
Yep, they were after the dream route to do something.
Mm-hmm.
Just like I thought.
Do you make your way to bed as well?
Hot tub, and then bed.
Yeah, fair enough. And I assume
figure we'd be wounded enough that, getting some hot water on my body would keep me from being, like, immovable the next day,
That's probably fair. And Ichabod, I assume you eventually head off as well.
Yeah, I'll return to the keep.
To the keep?
Not to the keep. To our house.
To the mansion.
Our mansion.
Yeah.
When you get to our house, I'm gonna hand you your whip back that I borrowed.
Oh, it didn't serve you, did it?
I don't think I'm a, whippy type of person.
It's all in the flick of the wrist.
I don't really know how to do that. Maybe you can teach me one day, but,
Yeah, I pat him on the shoulder and say, I will try to teach you one day.
Darn it. Okay, I need to go sleep.
I imagine so. You all eventually find your beds and take a good long rest. Nothing jumps out at you, nothing attacks you, nothing's like that. So go ahead, heal yourselves up, get your spell slots back. It's been a long freaking day, but you're able to get your long rest. So I'm going to do the same thing for Tomas.
I don't have dark vision anymore.
Neither does Tomas.
Eight. Ooh. Got 8 charges back for my staff.
Nice.
Not quite up to full, but oh well.
Hey man, $20 is $20.
Okay. Well, all of you wake up bright and fresh inside your home once again. The city of Coltrast is yours. It's probably, it's probably about 2:33ish in the afternoon by the time you all wake up. Good thing you all installed those the light blocking curtains in your house to that way you can get
Very
that good
important.
rest. Yeah, it really is. But the day and the city of Coltrast is yours. So, what are you all wanting to do?
The first thing I do is cast Find Steed and get Salvatore back in the mix.
Well, I hope you do that outside and not in your bedroom.
Yeah, I get up. I get up and I put my slippers on.
I'm just fucking around.
I run outside in my union suit.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Nah,
And
she
cast your
casts it
steed.
in the bed.
And then I snuggle him. Give him big scritchies. But yeah, as soon as Salvatore's back, I'm like, I have to do it real early, though, before anybody else is awake, so that they don't see me being real soft on my horse. But I give him lots of treats and pets. Tell him I miss
My
him.
wife once said I was married twice. Lord, I wish to the Father I could have told her she was wrong.
Okay.
It's my first love, Salvatore.
Mm-hmm. But other than summoning your steed again, what else are you all wanting to do?
see if any of the druids are still around, how they're doing.
Yeah, I want to check on Bachelor and his crew for sure. Maybe we can ask Father Amos and them if they saw them.
There's not like a thrift shop in this town, is there?
There are shops in
I
Coltrast,
hit the thrift
yes.
store.
I need one thing, or I kind of want one spell component for a new spell, but I don't know if I can get it here because it's kind of expensive.
Blaznir, can
I
we
want
go
two.
thrift shopping? Yeah, I would
Yeah.
probably want to go with you.
Yeah, there's two things I want, but...
Okay, so in the town of Coltrast, there is... Let's see, we don't care about the inn.
Nope.
There's 2 inns.
There's 3 inns.
There's Azar and Rewald's Armor and Shield Shop, the local armorer.
Mhm.
There is the General Goods Store as well. That's kind of about it.
There's no, like, used wear store or, anything like that?
Like a pawn shop?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Jeweler.
Yeah.
There
Pawn
is
shop or jeweler.
there is not a jeweler in Coltrast.
Okay,
There can be a pawn shop though.
Okay. Oh,
we'll go to check out the pawn shop.
yeah.
Okay. Well, heading over to the pawn shop, we're gonna call it how about another person's treasures? That sounds vague and pawn shoppy enough.
One man's trash.
That's a store across the street.
Yeah.
I would
Editor.
I would go with it's mine now.
But anyway, you go into another person's treasures, which is manned by a little halfling dude by the name of Thruss.
All right.
Hold on, I have another name. Once used, twice loved.
Once used, twice loved. Sure.
Okay, you can move on.
But yeah, what are you wanting to what are you looking for specifically, Blaznir?
First, I'm looking for the component for scry, which is if I pull it up, is it's 1,000 gold piece. Probably not gonna find it, but a crystal ball worth 1,000 gold piece.
A crystal ball worth 1,000 gold piece. You know what?
I have that.
Yeah.
You
Or
have one?
not. Well, mine isn't a crystal ball. Mine is an hourglass that when I scry it forms pictures in the sand.
Oh, I didn't know you had scry.
Yes.
Well, do you tell me?
Yeah.
Oh, well. Okay,
As
then never mind.
soon as you mentioned that you're looking for a scrying focus, I'm like, I have one of those.
And yeah, so this halfling here, Thruss, he's like, so you're looking for a scry focus. I'm sorry, I don't actually have one of those here, but it sounds like your pal did. Maybe you should have asked him first before walking all the way down to my shop.
Well, I'm also looking for another thing, so you could, not to be rude for 5 seconds. Come on.
Where's the fun in that? What else are you looking
That's
for?
fair. I need, like a little tablet thing with a dragon engraved in it, worth 500 gold piece.
Oh, Corin has one of those too. Everyone just looks over at Corin.
Wait, for what spell?
Summon Draconic Spirit.
Yeah, no, I actually do have that spell.
What?
Yup.
Yikes.
My 5th level spells: Synaptic Static, Summon Draconic Spirit, Teleportation Circle, Wall of Force, and Scrying.
I'm also buying spell material.
Corin, could you, stay in your lane? Come on. I want to buy something.
Settle down. I do want to buy a couple of, if I can, a couple of diamonds for Revivify.
Yeah, that's...
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea. I'm pretty sure Corin has a few of those.
Yeah, I'm
I
not
don't actually, because that's not an arcane spell.
Because I also know that Blaznir might have a few, but I don't trust him to use them correctly, so I'm gonna get them for myself.
What? I have 3 uses on hand.
Well, you want to hand me a diamond?
Sure, I'll hand you a gold piece, 100 gold piece worth of diamonds.
It's 300 gold pieces.
Oh, 300, you're right.
Mm-hmm.
I was trying to say 1 use, but...
1 use. Okay.
Yeah.
I've got 1 use of Revivify. I also need, for Magic Circle, holy water or powdered silver and iron worth at least 100 gold pieces.
Priest could probably get you that.
Everyone looks between Corin and Blaznir to see if they have that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a divine caster. I will see if he's got any statues, though, and if not, whether or not he knows if the armor smithy can make such things.
To make a statue?
Yes.
I mean,
Statuette.
could they? Possibly. I mean, blacksmith, you can blacksmith a lot of cool things out of iron and steel and that sort of thing. So, could he? Probably.
But yeah, if the thrift store doesn't have anything.
Yeah, sorry, Ichabod, you wanted the powdered silver and holy water?
Yeah, 100 gold pieces. I assume I can get that?
You could get that from the local church, yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, make a big donation.
Yeah, Father Amos is more than happy to supply you with that sort of thing.
Cool.
Corin, are you planning on using the Draconic Spirit spell at all?
I don't currently have it prepared, so if you wish to borrow my focus, sure.
Alright, thank you.
Just
until I get my own.
Write it down on your sheet.
Yeah.
But yes, if he doesn't have anything appropriate for me, then I'll go and talk to the blacksmith. If he does, then I guess just let me know what he's got.
So, you just need a statue. Does it have to be specific?
It's supposed to be a statuette of a dragon worth 500 gold pieces, but it doesn't have to be pretty or anything, so...
So, well, I mean, if it's worth five... That's the thing I hate about
I guess that's true. It would have to be pretty if it were worth 500 gold.
Yes.
Or at least made out of valuable materials.
Yes, it would.
Let's make it really big.
This is what we're gonna do. Roll me a D100 check. If you roll 70 or higher, the pawn shop guy has an old draconic statue made of gold and gems, and it's somewhere in the back.
How about 10 or lower?
Wow.
That was rare.
yeah, that's definitely rare. So, unfortunately, he does not have anything like that. He suggests that if you're looking for something like that, you don't want to check a little town like this.
Yeah.
Northimia is probably your best bet to find something like that.
Yeah. Just didn't want to have to go all the way back there. But
I mean, actually, I do have teleport now, so I can just go there instead of having to use the circle.
Oh, man. Yeah, you can just teleport in the middle of the street.
Yeah.
And I could also tree stride us back.
Anybody have any reason to need to go to Northimia?
I mean...
Because if you want to come with me...
I mean... I could use some, more diamonds, for, greater restoration and,
Alright.
Revivify.
Make a list of what everybody needs before we go, so that we can get whatever Ichabod and...
Also, you don't have to teleport.
I don't know what I need.
You don't have to teleport, because I can, tree stride us there and back.
Oh, okay.
So,
whatever,
just so you can save a 7th level.
Yeah.
Oh, I do know what I want. I do know something I want. We're making a collection of freaking sending stones.
Lol.
But I definitely want to buy a pair of sending stones so I can give one to Ishmael.
Okay.
Talkies.
Yeah. You know what? Can I just take Ishmael and Northimia? Does he want to go shopping? I want my son to have the best there is, and I got too much money.
Buy him a present.
Well, he needs better armor if he wears armor.
Buy him a magic dagger.
He needs something so that he won't die if I'm not there. I need to get him whatever he needs to be safe. So if he's gonna be fighting,
So I mean, if you go and if you want to go and track down Ishmael and see what he's up to,
bring your friends. How many people can you take with Tree Stride?
It's a thing that's open for a minute.
Oh yeah, so I can all walk through. How's
So-
everybody want to go to the big city? Go shopping.
Well,
make a persuasion check to try to talk your kid into
How are
going.
some teens gonna deny this? Big city shopping. It's amazing. I don't have disadvantage anymore.
because you're an adult and teenagers don't like hanging out with adults because adults are lame.
Yeah, but consider I'm also the wallet.
They're
So
gonna steal stuff.
And they are also currently employed by Edmund protecting him. I
yeah,
will
they
just-
don't all have to come. But I just want to suggest to Ishmael that I want to get him better equipment if he wants it.
Speaking of Edmund, I
That's
am going
okay.
to mention to him that we're going to take a quick jaunt to the city and ask if he needs anything in particular.
Heading over to Edmund, he's actually in the middle of receiving a report from Commander Lorient when you arrive.
Okay.
He,
I'm not going to interrupt Commander Lorient, obviously.
yeah, the commander is currently informing Edmund that they've checked all the floors, and as near as they can tell, they cannot find any more cultists in the keep. There's actually nobody in the keep right now. However, the thing that is troubling is they went down into the crypts, obviously, after seeing the massive pile of rubble that was there, and reported that, yes, they literally ripped all of the coffins out of the crypt and stacked them one on top of one another to blockade the door. All of Edmund's ancestors are currently in a big pile. Those that remained, it's kind of nasty down there. But the takeaway isn't that. The takeaway is the fact that the tunnel leading down to the dream route is no more.
Collapse.
It has been collapsed.
Okay.
They currently have a couple of the architects that have been staying in town right now because there's been a big rebuilding process going on. They have a couple architects and a patrol of soldiers in there right now trying to assess the damage. But based on the information that your group gave with all the earthquakes, chances are whenever they blasted those tunnels or however they managed to collapse them, that was the keep settling.
Gotcha.
There's definitely going to be some structural damage to the keep itself, and they're trying to ascertain what all is that's going to entail, but not getting down to the dream route anytime soon.
What about?
I mean, you say that, but like Tree Stride.
What about Bashlor and the Druids? Were they down there when this all was shut off, or are they free?
There were some druids down there at during the attack. Nobody knows what's happened since then, so they are presumed dead. Bashlor Grigg, however, was away from Coltrast at the time. He's back. He had to return to Feywalker's Glen to attend some Druid Circle business, and he said he would be back by tomorrow evening at the latest.
Yep.
So
We
they are.
can't wait to tell him what happened.
Well, I'll mention to him that once Bashlor comes back, I can try and send to some of the druids that were down there, see if they're alive.
That would probably be a good idea to try to do.
Yeah, I don't think I can do it today because I don't know their names, but
Edmund can tell you that. Edmund knows who all they are. They're NPCs. Their names are unimportant, but
that's fine.
You can't. You've met them before. You spent some time amongst them, checking on them and things. So you would know who they are.
Yeah.
Are you going to cast a sending spell to one of them?
I will cast the spell.
Okay. You cast your spell, sending them a message. I'm not going to make you give me one because whatever it is you say, it doesn't matter. There is no response.
Okay. Well, I will tell Edmund that obviously it doesn't seem good if there's no response.
Edmund says in reply that I'm not going to lie. I did not have high hopes for the druids or the guards stationed down there.
Neither did I, but it was worth a shot.
Based on the fact that 2 of the Star Knights had gone there themselves, chances are they wiped out anybody down there. We'll have to wait until Bachelor returns to inform him, but no doubt he will want to investigate the grotto.
Yes. We are planning on going to the city temporarily to pick up some necessities. Is there anything that you require?
Actually, yes. I would like you to deliver a message to the king for me.
Sure.
I've been thinking about this for some time. Now that you're back, it would certainly be able to do this. I'm requesting more guards, more soldiers to be sent. I'm also going to inform him of everything that's been going on with the cult and their attacks, and request his aid.
Sure.
The king must be informed that the cult is still up to their
He going to give me a letter, or does he want me to just shorthand it?
No, he's actually going to... He asks you to give him about an hour or so, and he's going to dictate a letter and have it prepared with his seal and everything.
Yeah, that's fine.
While you're doing that, Ichabod, you are trying to persuade Ishmael to come along with you. And with a 15, I'm going to say that, sure, it's not a difficult thing to you're telling him you're wanting to buy him stuff, so that's a pretty easy sell. I'm not going to roll for it. I think a 15's high enough. So he says that he and Fire will come along with you while the other 3 hang out here and protect Edmund.
Awesome. I do know something I want to try to look for him.
Okay.
It's an uncommon magic item, the Periaptive Wound Closure. While you wear this pendant, you stabilize whenever you are dying at the start of your turn. In addition, whenever you roll a hit die to regain hit points, double the number of hit points it restores.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think that's fitting with me trying to keep him alive.
Ooh, here's what I'm thinking. We need a scene in a clothing store where the tabaxi girl normally wears things that are kind of androgynous and thiefy, but because you're paying for it, she gets to buy a dress or something that's actually womanly, and so he sees for the first time, he's like, wait a minute,
this is so anime.
You're actually a girl.
You know what?
I'm chaperoning a date for them in the big city now.
Yeah, that's kind of what this is turning into. So
he didn't recognize her as such before because she was always just wearing
really good friends, but
wearing functional stuff, and now that she's wearing something that actually shows off that no, she's a lady. It's like, oh,
I like it. It's
so
canon.
Romantic.
Okay, well, it's 4:30, so why don't we go ahead and take our break now, and you all can gather up, figure out what it is you're wanting to do in Northimia, and we can try to finish that off pretty quickly and get back to things. So, hang out. We'll be back in about 10 minutes, folks, and find out what happens next. Stay tuned. Howdy, everybody. We are back. And I guess we're going to be doing a shopping trip in Northimia because after hearing Edmund's report, Corin gathers everybody up, and Blaznir, I guess, is going to tree stride you all to Northimia.
Hell yeah, he is.
Awesome.
Just got to know about a tree inside Northimia or the area around.
Yeah, you've been to Northimia many times. There is a big oak park in the middle of the city, and there are trees large enough to teleport through. Because that's the one caveat of tree stride, is
Yeah.
that it has to be a tree large enough for you to actually portal through.
So I'll just kind of measure out the widest one, probably Lapis, and be like, yes, I think I know a tree, and just kind of tap tree and draw a line through it, and there's a
He
little
is calling you fat.
What? She's,
Lapis has no problems with it.
she has a shell. Like it's not like oh.
Lapis knows that Lapis is very large.
Yeah, I'm not.
Yes,
I'm not trying to
Lapis-
shame you. Of course, I'm. You know,
Lapis is very well aware of her size and does not take offense to
I just
the truth being told.
I just wanted to make sure I knew of a tree.
Oh yeah,
Let's
I know.
go.
a
This is
guy.
only open for a minute. Go.
I know a tree. Let's go.
Walk through.
Yeah, you all go rushing through and find yourselves in the city of Northimia. Northimia is a huge metropolis. It is the capital of the kingdom of Radagast, and Radagast is, after all, the magic capital of the world. Lots and lots of mages here in the city. The Twisting Spires is here, as well as the Erudite Conclave. But we're not looking for that sort of thing. We're looking for shopping. So, where are you all wanting to go?
I need to try and buy a spell scroll and a spell component.
Well, you used to be a member of the Institute Arcanum. You know where plenty of scribes are. I'm sure you can find a scribe here in the city. It looks like you're going to be heading to the Unicorn's Quill, a shop in the market district that's surrounded by crowded avenues and colorful street tapestries. The
Sweet.
street outside is filled with strange languages and accents, and just every time you walk through, it's like walking through a coffee house almost. So you just hear chattering constantly.
I have, in addition to Common, Draconic, Primordial, and Sylvan, do I understand anything of what they're saying?
You do not.
Okay.
However, I can.
Why is that?
She's got that monk thing.
Oh yeah, she
Because
understands
that's
everything.
Ah.
Sun and Moon. I understand everything.
Yep.
I know all.
So I'll go into the Unicorn's Quill.
Yeah, the muttering itself is actually just arcane language mutterings.
Mhm.
It's not so much something you can understand by knowing language. It's more you just can tell there's a lot of arcane chatter going on in this area.
It's like, like a physicist is talking to another physicist.
Mhm.
It's shit that you cannot possibly.
Tony Stark is talking to Bruce Banner.
Basically, yeah.
Finally, someone who speaks English.
Now you enter into the store, and the shopkeeper is a young female human woman named Lynn, who is a retired adventurer. She looks up at you as you enter. She's kind of writing something in a scroll, sitting at just one of those big sketch desks. But she turns and looks to see you, and she smiles a little bit, and she says, "Welcome to the Unicorn's Quill. What can I do for you?"
Good day. I was here to inquire about a spell scroll and possible spell component.
And well, she gestures around, and there's a lot of spell scrolls in cases and that sort of thing. It's all behind her shop, and in the front there's like paper and paper goods and things like that. But she says, "I can certainly try to help you out with that. What spell are you looking for in particular?"
I'm looking to see if you have Force Cage. It is a powerful spell, so I understand if you don't.
Well, I'm looking on the list of things she has available, and no, she does not have Force Cage.
Okay. And then I will also ask about the dragon statuette that has to be at least 500 gold. Or if she knows someplace I can get one.
You kind of describe for her what you're looking for, and she tells you that there is a shop very close to here that sells different kind of arcane spell components, which you could very easily find that for.
Sure.
Scroll of Cure Wounds.
That she does
Maybe
have.
a simple one.
Yeah, she definitely
much?
has that. Let's see here. Oh, these are fairly common. So she sells those for 200 gold pieces each.
I'll buy one. Is this a place where I should look for like magic items, or is that going to be somewhere else?
Probably somewhere else.
Yeah, this is just a scribe's
Okay.
shop. They don't sell like magical items.
How much for a scroll of lightning bolt?
Yep, that is on her list.
Man, do you think it would be cheaper to just buy health potions instead of a scroll of Cure Wounds?
You might get more bang for your buck with that.
How much are health potions?
Don't know. Depends on the
I know
efficacy of the potion.
that's why
I
I'm
suppose.
asking, not you. I'm asking the game master.
A scroll of lightning bolt costs 600 gold pieces.
Okay, I will pay that then and buy
Okay.
one.
Yeah, potion of cure light wounds. There's an apothecary here.
How many could I get for the same amount? 200 gold pieces.
Probably
One potion.
No, I'm doing the rate in my head.
I'm preferring the regular 2d4 plus 2.
Yeah, you're just talking about a lesser healing potion. Here, those cost 60 gold each, so you could get 3 for 200.
Okay, awesome. I will do that instead.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I just go ahead and write down that statue, Matt?
Yeah. What I want you to do before we're not going to role play that out, but I do want a persuasion check to on that to see how much he's going to charge you for.
Sure, that's fine. 24 with a nat 20.
Yeah, he actually, it takes you a little bit of wearing down and dickering back and forth, but you're able to get the item for 550 gold.
Nice.
You're muted, Brie.
Oh, I said I feel like I want to try to sequester Blaznir to walk around the stores with me because I think he's better at dickering than I am.
Sure.
While they're about to go dickering, I will mention to them, "Oh yes, I must go deliver something to the king." In that in that sort of "I'm slightly more important than you" kind of voice.
Okay, Corin, we'll meet you back at the local sandwich shop.
Don't get arrested.
Yeah, we'll meet you back at the stew pot.
I would have gotten arrested. That's why I'm telling him.
Yeah.
You be careful
Blaznir
now.
probably
don't
would.
sneak in.
All right.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm gonna head to the king's castle to deliver the letter.
Okay. Yeah. It's not going to be difficult to do. It just takes time because
Sure.
bureaucracy.
Yeah.
But so while that's going on, Ichabod and Blaznir and Ishmael and Fires in the Sky and Lapis have the run of the city. I assume you're looking for an enchantment shop now. You do know of one. There's Antioch's Arcana that you've shopped at quite a few times. You can go back there, or there are other ones in the city as well. You certainly don't have to go.
So that's for like magic items, right?
Yeah, magic.
Yes.
items.
Okay.
He's
Alright,
an enchanter.
So I got my list of magic items I'm looking for, unless you want to role play it all out. I'm looking for the periaptive wound closure for my son, and then a pair of sending stones, both uncommon magic items.
The sending stones, they definitely do have. The parapet of wound closure. Whatever. Periapt.
Whatever.
Periapt, yeah.
Yeah.
Periapt of wound closure, whatever. That is also, they do also sell that. Base price for that is 7,500 gold.
Damn. Never mind.
For both? For both of them?
No, that's just for the wound closure.
Yeah, I thought being uncommon it would be a lot cheaper.
Yeah. Sending stones themselves cost 3,000 gold.
Can't afford either of those, so never mind.
How much more do you need for the sending stones?
Well, I have 2,990 gold pieces and then some platinum, so I would have enough if I spent every cent that I had, and I'm not willing to do that. I would rather just take the one that Edmund has.
I mean, you can also try to talk them down a little bit if you want to do that.
Can I do some persuading?
I feel like even if he took it to half price, I still wouldn't buy it. That's still way too much. So, no. You don't have to.
How much did you say? Because I missed that part.
3,000 for the sending stones.
Yeah,
I mean,
3,000, 7,000.
I've got more than enough gold if you want me to get one.
Ishmael's never going to call me anyway.
He's right there, Ichabod.
Well, I imagine him and his little girl are like off looking at all the cool shit.
Probably are, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I would rather save some of that money to buy. I mean, I want the Perry apt, but I'm not even close. So, I want it to buy Ishmael whatever he wants.
Okay. He's kind of been looking around the store a little bit, and honestly, I think he would be mostly if he would want a new dagger or maybe a cloak.
Yeah.
Perry apt of wound closure was looking real nice to him.
I know, boy. I wish. Too bad I spent all that money making a school. So, whatever.
But just a standard +1 dagger. Base price is 1,500 gold.
+1 dagger.
Same thing for like a short sword, a +1 short sword. Either which he could use.
Are there any cool dagger magic items?
Hey, can the
Blaznir,
apothecarist sell me a potion of reincarnate into an elf?
I don't think that's a thing, actually.
I don't think so either.
It could be.
No, it's not.
But
So,
it could be.
I'm looking for 2 magic items. One is a sentinel shield. It's uncommon and is pretty neat. And the other is a gem of seeing, which I'm less adamant about, but you know.
Holy shit.
Those are expensive, I guess.
The gem of seeing, probably.
They both are, actually.
They both are.
Yeah, so I popped both of them into my magic shop thing here. A sentinel shield, you can find one in this town, and it would run you 30,000 gold pieces.
For uncommon shield?
Right. Yeah.
I don't trust this website at all.
It's not that good. It's just a shield.
I agree. Like I was kind of surprised by that one too. The gem of seeing 48,000 gold.
Yeah, that one I expect to be expensive, but the sentinel shield?
Like yeah, I think what this the website I use is 5emagic.shop. If anyone ever has ever heard of it before, it's a very good one, and most of it is fairly accurate. Like 1,500 for a dagger isn't horrible for an expensive town like this. It ranges between
it's just like Xanathar's guide is like uncommon items like average around 350 gold pieces with a range of 100 to 600. So like the jump to 7,500 gold pieces.
I agree. It is kind of weird because like I just Googled a cloak of Elvenkind too, or not Googled it, but I looked in the shop. Cloak of Elvenkind, that's 7,500 gold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna.
What would you say?
Well, it's still going to be pretty damn expensive. It's not going to be 30,000, but it is going to be 20,000.
20,000. That's a lot.
Yeah. I'm like, we're in the end game. We're never getting that much money.
No.
What does Ichabod fight with? Or I mean, Edmund. Sorry.
Bow. Magic spells.
Edmund uses a rapier. He has a +1 rapier that he typically
Okay.
uses. Yeah.
Well, never mind then. I was gonna get him one if he didn't have one, but his is already +1. So.
Yeah, he's got that, and he's got a couple other items that you've given him. I'd have to go look on his character sheet, but the rapier he's had since the beginning of the game.
And I imagine Cloak of Protection is probably also going to be like, it's also uncommon. So like 3,000 to 7,000.
Let me see here. Yeah, about $5,000.
I've got a Ring of Protection if you want one for your son. It's just one of my 3 attuned items, so I'd need something to replace it with.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to afford giving you something to replace it with. So
Now, I will remind you that you did take a few magical items off of the knight. That if you would have had the foresight to bring it with you, you could have sold.
Yeah. I mean, they'd be in the bag of holding, and we'd bring the bag of holding with us, so.
Yeah, I don't know if we have anything else that needs to be sold.
Yeah, it's a +2 plate, +2 shield, and a +2 great axe.
We have all these topaz scales, enough for 2 suits of scale mail armor.
Yeah, so just ask him what he would give us for those. The magic items.
Your best dicker, give me a persuasion check.
With advantage?
I believe that's me, I'm guessing.
It also says we have 1,050 gold pieces of fine paper and ink.
I only have a +4, so I'm probably you.
I have a +9, so 27.
We have a wand of secrets.
Yeah, I have a couple things I can sell.
So just for the great axe, the plate armor, and the shield that you got off of the Star Knight, they're willing to give you 12,000 gold for that.
Oh.
Okay, and then that's amongst 5 people, yeah.
Well, not gonna split this with Tomas.
Tomas isn't with you.
Yeah.
4 people then, so 3,000 apiece.
3,000 apiece.
Nice.
If you have any other magical items or things you want to sell, you can.
I have a +1 shield, a wand of war mage, and an instrument of illusions that I'm willing to trade
You guys have so many.
For getting the sentinel shield.
For the +1 shield, they will buy that from you for 1,125 gold.
Okay.
What? And you said a wand of the war mage?
Wand of war mage.
What would I even want to replace that ring with?
Was that +1?
Yeah, it was a +1.
Um, 900 gold for that.
100.
And what was the last one?
Like instrument of illusions.
Get me some gauntlets of ogre power so I can have a 19 strength.
Calm down. Is everybody okay if we sell this paper and ink and the topaz scales if we're not going to make anything out of them?
Sure.
I have no use.
Yeah, I got no use for them either. We have a scroll of sanctuary in the bag. Let me add that to my.
Now, I will point the paper and stuff. The wizards use that to scribe spells into their spell books.
Oh, is this stuff that you need? Then.
I've been.
So how much
keeping
for?
it in case, yeah.
How much for the topaz scales? Large golden doorway idol. I doubt we need that. And then what about the wand of secrets, everyone?
I think that's just for like finding secret doors.
Yeah, but we've never used it.
We've never. I didn't even know we had something like that.
I am gonna add this scroll of sanctuary to my inventory because I did not realize we had that.
Yeah.
The wand of secrets would be 1,125 gold. Same thing for the Instrument of
Saga. Illusions. 1,125.
Instrument of Illusions is
Yeah,
1,000.
Yeah, Instrument of Illusions.
Okay, what was it? Sorry.
1,125 gold.
All right, and what was the +1 shield again? I'm sorry.
Was the same price.
Okay.
Are you doing the math on that, Corin? I mean, I don't
No.
know if Blaznir is sharing, but
I
did you?
assumed Blaznir was selling his stuff on his own.
I know,
How much?
but regarding the what was it? The Wand of Secrets. That's not
1,125
Blaznir.
for that. And then what about the topaz?
The topaz, the scales.
Yes.
Let me see here.
It's enough for 2 suits of scale mail armor. And if Blaznir ain't sharing, I see no reason why we should share.
This is my magic items. What?
I know, and then there's magic items in the bag that we can sell and keep.
What?
Oh, that's not fair for you because that one was in the pool, and you have stuff that you didn't add to the pool.
Because I've been using them.
I don't remember any of this stuff.
I've been using my stuff. What do you mean?
I do not recall.
You know, like we've split the party stuff, and then like we give the magic items away. But if it's a party magic item, then I don't see why you can't
Yeah,
split
I'm
it
not
up
messed
after.
up about it.
Yeah.
Looks like they are willing to buy those scales for 5,000 gold.
Okay.
So 1,000 each.
So amongst
no.
the 4 of us, it's 1,531 gold pieces.
Total.
Yes.
So that's including the
total
Wand of Secrets. Okay.
for both, yes.
For right. How much can I lower the price on this Sentinel shield?
How much do you need?
I don't know how much I can lower the price, and
But you said the base price was 20,000.
yeah, so I need 11,000 more.
Oof. Okay, I'm
Yeah.
erasing this.
Make another persuasion
Erasing
check.
this.
All right. 19. Ugh.
Yeah, they'll drop that down by another four grand, but that's about it.
All right, so it's 16,000 now?
16,000.
Okay. Cool.
And the only reason they're going that low is because of all these sales you're making with them.
Yeah.
So how
All right.
much do you need now?
Now I need 7,000. Good. I don't want to sell my Dimension Door cape.
All right. I can afford the periaptive wound closure. I will buy it.
are
And
gonna buy it?
I also can afford his +1 dagger, which seems like that's what he wants.
Yeah,
So
that's probably
my question
the best.
is, I guess this is a little out of game, but if I did play him in the one shot as a soul knife, would the +1 dagger even? Or I guess he wouldn't have it at that point.
He wouldn't
anyway,
have it,
but-
yeah, because that happens before this.
Yeah, but then the question is, does a +1 dagger affect if you're a soul knife?
Not really, no. The whole thing with the soul knife is that they create their own weapon out of psychic energy. They're like
Yeah.
Psylocke in X-Men.
So if that's what he's going to be,
It
canonically,
depends.
then maybe, yeah.
maybe he gets a +1 cloak.
The thing about soul knives is
Um,
that they manifest their weapon when they make the attack action, so he would
That's-
still need
that's what
something
I was
for
saying.
opportunity attacks and stuff.
Yeah, so I'm low key. The reason I said a +1 dagger is I wasn't thinking about the fact that you want to make him a soul knife. He would be a
Yeah.
soul knife at this point, so he probably would not want that sort of thing.
So what about
A studded leather armor isn't a bad idea.
yeah? Does he just have regular leather?
Yeah, he has regular leather.
Okay, so then studded leather. If we can get +1 studded leather for around that price, the 1,500, then I would do that. I think studded leather by itself is pretty cheap, isn't it?
Yes, studded leather plus 1 studded leather is 2,320 gold as the base price.
You can ask me to make a persuasion check. I
Yeah.
grab Blaznir's arm.
Oh yeah,
And I
you should
say,
lower the
let
price.
me refer you to my representative here. I am not persuasive.
Fair enough.
All right. Sure. Natural 1. He should. I'm
You're
distracted.
monster.
I am
Wait, does he have
distracted.
advantage? Does he have advantage?
Yeah, he
Because I
has
help-
advantage. You're both working together.
I slapped
Another
him.
natural one.
If it was another natural one, I would have
I
laughed
would
my ass
crack up, and then I would pay it anyway.
Right. And he slapped me in the back of the head. I'm like, oh, right, yeah, you should, lower the price, And then
Okay,
28.
Since you're buying the Periat of Wound Closure as well as the plus 1 studded leather armor, yeah, they'll drop the leather down to 1,500.
Okay. Back to having no money.
Oh, Quick question: how much money did we make? Because
I put it in the chat. So there was
Yeah,
4,000 from that 12K plus 1,531 from the stuff that we sold in the
sure,
server.
no, I'm asking because I don't remember when we got 4,000. Because that would help.
That was just a bit ago. When
Yeah, that was for the
sold
plus 2 plate, battle axe, and
All of-
shield.
all the knight stuff.
Well, that puts me up. I mean, yeah, 4,000.
Yeah, so you
Okay.
should only need a little bit.
Yeah, so I need 3,000 if I'm doing math.
I'll give you the 3,000 if that's all.
Put your mic
You will?
closer to your mouth.
Ooh.
Yeah, I mean, I've got plenty, and I mean, I don't really have much I need to buy, so I'll help you out.
Okay, then if that's all right with you, then yeah.
Okay.
And I am tapped out.
But you got a Sentinel shield, which is a pretty damn good shield.
I do
And
like certain-
I'll actually, just so you're not like completely tapped out, I'll give you an extra 1,000.
Oh.
Wow, the charity.
Thank you.
You got any of that for me? Huh, Lapis? Nah, just joshing you.
I mean, honestly, if anybody actually really needs something, doesn't have the
No,
funds,
no.
I'd help out with.
You can't take it with
Nah.
you when you go. There's no point in hoarding it.
Yeah, I don't even know what I would buy, because, I got this money, but what am I going to use it for?
Yeah, I think I'm quite happy with this. Ishmael, I'll get you that plus 1 studded leather if you'll also take this gift from me. And I give him the Periat.
He does accept them. He's a bit surprised by this, but he you also bought his little girlfriend a dress apparently, and all that stuff.
Any
and,
little stuff
yeah.
like that, dresses or regular equipment.
Yeah.
Take whatever. I'll subtract 20 gold pieces. You guys have whatever.
Sure, that sounds reasonable.
Food, we get some lunch, we get some sushi. Anything you want.
Other than that, I will remind you, you just had a conversation not too long ago about scrolls and things like that. So
Yes.
if
I'm
you
begging you guys.
if you have money and potions are another thing, if you want potions or anything like that, this would be a
That's
good time
true.
to pick them up.
I do have a question about. I might not get this, obviously, but remember when we had found that one? It was like that whip that was essentially a spiritual weapon, but it was an item. It was like a single-use item. What was that?
It was a feather token.
Walls, feather token.
Feather token.
I was gonna want to get some potions. And also, I can't remember if I've asked this before or not, but can I, by chance, I think it's enchant my bracers of defense so I get more defense?
Oh, put it up to like a +2 or something?
Yeah.
So, is it theoretically possible? Yes. Does it take a lot of time? Yes.
Okay, so that's just not something that we can do just yet.
It's one of those things that, I'm just going to tell you as the DM that we're getting close to the end of the game. Realistically speaking, you don't have the months it would take to enchant that sort of thing.
Gotcha.
Okay, fair point.
How much do you think it would be? Oh, so go ahead if you're not done.
I was just going to say I'll allow you to roll a percentage chance to see whether or not a shop in the city has one. But it'd probably also be. Let me see how much it would actually be.
Or even a +1, like even if it's not a +2, I'd even.
I thought you have a bracers of defense already.
I have just bracers of defense.
Yeah, that's a +1.
Which gives you a +1, yeah.
Oh, okay. I see. I'm just confused because it doesn't say +1 behind it.
Well,
so
actually, bracers of defense are +2. That's why you have a 19 instead of 17.
Okay, so then it would be a lot more to.
It would be very expensive to bring it up to anything beyond that.
Okay, that's fair.
I don't know if you have like 40,000+ gold, but it'd probably be somewhere around
I
that.
don't have that much.
Okay.
All right, never mind. I just couldn't remember if I've asked that or not before.
Yeah, bracers of defense by themselves are pretty freaking choice. The only thing that sucks about them is if you're using that, you can't wear armor and you can't use a shield. So
yeah, well, I don't do either anyway.
And that's why for you it's perfect.
Yeah, I was hoping to maybe get just another armor point or two, but that's fine if I can't.
Yeah, it's just cost plus, yeah.
Cost plus time.
Mm-hmm.
So whip feather token.
The whip feather token are actually not expensive at all. I was kind of surprised by this.
Oh, probably because it's single use.
Yeah, actually, the funny thing is it costs the exact same amount as like a scroll of spiritual weapon would be.
Really? And
Yeah.
it's so much better. How much is it?
It's 375 pieces.
Bruh, I'm gonna buy 2 of them. Awesome.
Yeah, because you got an extra 1,000, so yeah, you can.
Yeah.
that would be it, all they have, but they do have 2 that they will sell you.
Do
Yeah,
they have
that's pretty awesome.
scrolls of counterspell?
The scribe shop did.
Yeah. How many do they have, and how much are they a piece?
I'm looking.
Okay.
Okay, scroll of counterspell is 1,500 gold pieces
Okay.
each. They have 3 that they can sell.
I'll buy 2 of them.
I have a quick question.
Yes.
So, with your passive perception, you technically get a +5 if you have advantage on the roll. So can I put a +5 to my passive perception? Now that I have a sentinel shield, that gives me advantage to all perception
Whoa,
checks.
that's crazy.
I assume that would just be active checks.
Yeah,
probably.
that would be active checks, not
Well,
passive.
does it specify
Well,
to your
let
passive?
me read and see what it says.
I'm looking into PHB right now. If you have advantage on a check that you normally make, you have a +5 to your passive.
Of that one. So it's if
Yeah.
you have an ongoing advantage, you have.
Yeah.
Interesting. Ooh, gaming the system so that you'll have the highest passive perception of anyone ever.
So
Has
No.
anybody surpassed this? And if so, I want to know how.
So,
Where?
it's on 175 in
Yeah, and
Player's
for some
Handbook.
reason it's not in the compendium though. That's weird.
Weird.
but
Hold on a second.
I love that. Just like I do love that Corin gamed the system to have a really high initiative. So if I played a gunslinger in 5e, you also get the quick draw. So I would definitely take that feat that you have, and then you get quick draw, which adds like +5 to your initiative. I just want to game it so you have the craziest initiative imaginable.
Let's be clear here, okay? When I originally made the character, I wasn't trying to game my initiative. I just decided to make a time mage, and I was like, hey,
funny,
what would be cool? Let's make him based off of the White Rabbit from Alice in Wonderland, so I'll be a bunny person.
Yeah, it's funny to game one thing that you are always incredibly good at.
Okay,
Like, I feel
so
like that's hilarious.
so Blaznir,
Yes.
why do you think it should be applied to your passive?
Because I just have advantage on perception checks in general. Because of the shield.
Well, yes. While
What
holding
page
the
is this
shield,
on?
while holding the
175.
shield, you have advantage on initiative rolls and wisdom perception checks.
Yes.
I get
and
that. Why do you?
In the player's handbook, on page 175, under passive checks, it says if the character has advantage on the check, add 5. For disadvantage, subtract 5.
Page 175.
Page 175.
Yeah, it does say, here's how to determine a character's total for a passive check. 10 plus all modifiers that normally apply to the check. If the character has advantage on the check, add 5. For disadvantage, subtract 5. The game refers to a passive check total as a score.
Yeah, reading it doesn't help me at all. I have to look at it. So
Yeah. I think saying it out loud to myself helps too.
Any of you guys remember what I took resilient for?
So you don't die.
Probably.
No, I mean which stat?
Oh, I don't know.
I have no clue.
Okay. Oh wait, it would tell me because it's whatever I have proficiency in. It was wisdom. Okay, cool. Or con. One of those two.
Man, I love shopping episodes. Let's go to
I know, right?
Shopping episodes are fun.
I'm going to say right now, I'm going to go look at it, and I'm going to decide whether or not the synergy actually works or not.
Yeah, we'll decide in between sessions.
Yes, because this is going to. I'm going to need to sit down and look at it,
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
and I'm not going to do it and make you all sit here and wait for me to look at it.
No,
Sure.
that's fine.
Fair enough.
So anyway, any other spell scrolls or potions or anything else that you want to pick up?
I'm trying to think of what else I should pick up. I just bought 2 scrolls of counterspell and a scroll of lightning bolt.
I'm so proud of you.
What do you guys think? Can you think of anything?
I was gonna get some potions. I'm willing if everybody wants a couple. I can get some for everybody.
Yeah, I do think we should restock on different types of healing potions and stuff.
Might be good.
Because I bought a couple, but that gives me just 3 lesser and nothing else.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. How many do we want?
Let's try to get some moderate healing potions. I don't know, how many do you want to buy with all your money? I'm sorry, I'm not going to be able to help with this.
I can
Maybe-
kick in some.
How about like 2 per?
I gave you a discount, Ichabod, on those healing potions too. They were supposed to be more than that, but oh well.
Oh, really? They were lesser.
I know. But, yeah, you did get them for lesser. That's true.
Yeah, how much
Good,
would
'cause
it
they're shitty, diluted with water.
Mm.
How
Like,
much
they're
would
hardly any potion.
How much would it be for 6 moderate potions?
Moderate potions cost 400 each.
Okay.
It'd be 8 if you wanted to get 2 per person.
Oh, 8. Okay. So 3,200. So if you want to kick in 1,600, I'll kick in the other 1,600.
Sure, works for me. Do we want to also get like maybe a greater healing potion per person just to have a little extra healing just in case?
I mean, if you can afford it, I will never deny
That's
a great healing potion.
That's really up to how much you can afford. I can put in a tiny amount, but not much.
I got some platinum pieces.
How much are those each?
Greater healing potions. You kind of have to go around to a few shops if you want more than one. They cost about 1,000 gold each.
And how much do they heal?
44 plus
44 plus 4.
I don't think it's worth it. It's almost better to have more moderate healing potions.
Yeah, I don't have enough HP to worry about that, I don't think.
Yeah, they go up incrementally from there.
Yeah, that's fine.
Why don't we just buy one more moderate for everybody? Well, sorry. I thought we were all coming together as a group and whatnot.
I'm just giving you shit.
giving
I'll
me
pay
too much.
for one for you and me. So you and I each have 3.
Alright, I'll get another one for me and Blaznir.
Okay.
So that's 3 moderate,
Yeah.
and that's the 3d4.
Yep.
Yeah. 3d4 plus 3.
Alright, if there are any other scrolls you want me to potentially buy, let me know now or forever hold your peace. I got about 5k left.
You got
I
that fireball?
No, not yet. I bought 1
Okay.
lightning bolt and 2 counter spells. How many fireball scrolls do you think I should buy?
Well, I don't know. I'm not an accountant.
How much is a scroll of fireball?
Numbers are more your thing.
Let's see. A scroll of fireball. 1,000 gold.
I'll buy 1.
Okay.
Can I try to persuasion it down?
Sure, go for it.
Ooh,
Nope.
11.
1,000 gold.
All right, I'm gonna
Yeah.
buy one as well. I want a fireball.
So, well, you can do that because you are a bard, so you do have access to arcane spellcasting. So yes, you can absolutely use this scroll of fireball.
Now, while my son and his girl are on a date, can I roll insight to see if they're falling in love?
Absolutely. Go ahead and
Yes.
roll insight.
That's a
She's
23.
attracted.
Wow.
She's attracted to him. He's not getting the hint.
I can see that they both have a crush on each other, but they don't think the other one's interested.
So the vibe. You know what? Sure, absolutely. They're both
Oh.
kind of interested in one another. They're both awkward about it, and don't think the other person likes them.
All right. So yeah, I was just here thinking I was bonding with my son, and then I realized that he's got a crush, and I'm like, my heart is breaking. I must protect this beautiful, sweet young love.
Yeah, you know that awkward thing that teens do where their hands touch and they move it quickly away, but then it's slightly, they kind of touch again and move away. It's all that.
Yeah.
You know, why don't we go see a play or something?
Oh, I haven't been to the theater in so long.
Yeah, let's go
What
to
was
the
it?
theater.
Matt.
Sure, why not? There's a theater here.
Yeah, a real darkened theater, and then whatever row they sit in, I sit like a couple rows in front so that they have like privacy.
Last 2 things I'm gonna ask about.
Yep.
The spell components for reincarnate
Spell components for reincarnate.
just says rare oils and unguents worth at least 1,000 gold pieces.
Unguents.
Love me some unguents.
I've been thinking about unguents all day.
Yep. Just loving those unguents. They're undulating.
The captions say onions.
Yes, you absolutely could find an apothecary who sells that kind of crap. Go ahead and give me a persuasion check to see if they mark it up.
Sure. Natural 20 for a 24.
You get it at cost.
Nice. And then the very last thing, which I am going to, if I can buy, okay, I got a 17 to flip it to Ichabod's son, but you know how in the real world we have those, I wouldn't exactly call them instruction manuals, but more like the My First Sex books kind of things?
Bro, this shit is so embarrassing.
I'm gonna buy one of those and like slip it to his son without him noticing.
Okay.
If I
Well,
Should have just said you bought him a raunchy magazine. That's cooler.
I mean, I could do both, but
you go and find a book about a person's first domestication.
Can it be she is that into you?
Sure.
How to read signs and
Sure, why not? We're gonna say it cost you 2 gold pieces for that book.
yeah.
It's a kind of expensive book. Let's
That's
see
fine.
whether or not the kid notices.
It clonks him in the
it's-
back of the head.
It's
on the
more
kid.
important that Ichabod doesn't notice.
Well,
Okay,
Ichabod,
let me
give
roll
me
to see
that
if I
pat.
know.
Yeah, give me that perception check.
I don't know.
Like if he notices me give it to him, it's totally
You act
fine,
like
as
I
long as
wouldn't
Ichabod doesn't
100% support.
Oh,
I mean, you
Ishmael?
were really uptight when I met you, so
I have since changed. My eyes have
Thanks.
been opened.
thanks to me.
There's a whole new world out there.
Yeah, none of the kids noticed this happen.
Okay, but he's definitely got it, and he would
It's in his
definitely
bag.
notice it at some point.
Blaznir noticed.
oh, I definitely noticed.
Of course,
Blazner's
Blaznir.
Blazner's third eye saw it.
Captain
we don't need to say
Hindsight.
that.
So much perception, he knows what we should have done after we did it.
Yeah, but after that, you all make your way to a theater to watch a play. I guess you're going to be spending most of your evening here in Northimia, it sounds
Yeah, we
like.
arrived back to Coltrast like a little wasted. Ichabod's definitely drunk by the time we get back.
Probably.
To make sure that he wasn't paying attention to his son during the play, I'm making out with him a little.
Oh no, that's too embarrassing.
They were sitting
I
in
can't do
front
it.
of the kids, yeah!
No, I reject him. I reject him. And I go, I'm sorry, Corin. Please forgive me. Don't be mad. Don't give me a silent treatment. I just can't right now.
Hey, at
You guys
least I
can go
didn't
sit
try
over
any
there.
shenanigans with a bucket of popcorn.
Corin, calm yourself. He's insatiable, I tell you.
Apparently.
I'm
Okay.
exhausted.
So, after an evening of hanging out with Ishmael and Fires in the Sky and watching this awkward teen drama, you eventually tree stride your way back to Coltrast. It's late in the evening, and you head over to you actually have a giant ass tree in your backyard, so so you can use that one to be your teleportation one. Once you arrive, you actually see a note kind of nailed or stuck in your door.
Are we getting evicted?
No, it's
No, we own it.
yeah, you own it. The note is actually from Commander Lorient, asking you all to report to Lord Edmund once you return.
Oh man,
Sure.
I hiccup.
Well, he probably wants to know how it went when I delivered that letter he specifically asked me to hand deliver myself.
I'm literally talking to Ishmael. Don't hear him say.
Yeah, drunk Ichabod is sitting there talking to the kids. It's kind of weird, and but
Drunk Ichabod is drunk.
yeah. But I assume the rest of you go track down Lord Edmund, who is still in the Church of the Five. They have not returned
Yep.
to the keep yet. And Lord Edmund, once you arrive there, like he's still up. Fortunately, it's not too late. But he informs you that he has already had a reply from the king. They contacted him via a sending spell. More troops are heading to Coltrast. They are actually going to be teleported in about 2 days. So they the militia here in Coltrast is going to have to secure the keep, which they are currently in the process of doing.
Well, Edmund, I'm glad you decided to keep it all above board this time.
He gives you kind of a weird, quizzical look at that.
I shrug.
Like, I don't know
Still
what you're
angry
talking
about
about, bro.
I'm low-key a dick because I'm drunk.
Yeah.
And I'm a dick normally.
Hey, Matt, I'm going to slip Ishmael a note that says, check your bag when you get a chance.
Sure, make another sleight of hand check.
Sure. Like, I'm obviously trying to make sure that he actually sees the note that I'm handing him.
It's
22.
Pass the notes. I'm gonna make you read it out loud to the whole class.
Yeah, Ichabod, go ahead and make that that perception check at disadvantage.
Guidance.
Because you're
Really
drunk.
good one.
I'm never gonna see it, even with guidance.
Yeah, not even
Yep.
with guidance, but
No,
worth
not
a
at
shot.
all.
Y'all keeping
so-
secrets.
Yeah, no,
I see it, though.
you're just kind of you're looking the other way as Corin slips this note to Ishmael. Edmund also mentions to you that that Tomas was looking for you. You never told him that you were piecing out.
Oh,
and
right.
so he had
So
been
us.
he had asked about you all, and he's currently staying over at the inn.
He probably would have gone with us if we'd asked him.
I'd like to head over to the inn, get a little bit of a round 2 going. I think I can feel myself sobering up.
Oh, that's never fun.
That's never good. Let's go.
Yeah.
So who are you trying to convince that you're sobering up, us or yourself?
Well, I have a pretty high tolerance by now, so I
That's
imagine
true.
I am sadly sobering up.
I mean, he's starting to sweat it out. It's, we need to get him to the bar.
Yeah, it's hot as hell in Coltrast.
Ishmael says that he's going to have to go ahead and take the evening shift since they've been gone all day, but he
Mhm.
does awkwardly thank you for the trip to Northimia.
I wink at him.
I just smile. I smile a little drunkenly, and then hold out my hand for a big strong handshake. I'm drunk, apparently.
Yeah, you are drunk, and he kind of looks at it like weirdly, and then finally just reaches out and takes it.
Awesome.
It's more like, why am I doing this?
Well, I feel like he knows the kind of man I am, so there's got to be a part of him that wants to impress.
Probably.
Yeah, so he gives me a nice firm handshake.
Yeah, a little too
because
firm, but
because he knows that that's what I would respect.
Like the
he's
two
gonna do his
guys
best.
who are trying to do their firmest handshake that they can to see who gives up first.
I squeeze the fuck out of his hand.
I mean, he rolled a 16,
Do
so
I
he's
get
not
to
doing
roll
horrible.
Athletics.
No, just
because I'm drunk.
Disadvantage because you're drunk.
I feel
disadvantage
like being
strength
drunk
check.
usually increases your strength.
Yeah, sure, but it's just a
roll
strength
flat
check.
one.
Just roll a strength check.
I'll do it. Oh, I rolled that one.
Oof.
Nice. I look at him proudly. I look at him really proudly.
Yeah.
And I say,
Now make a deception check to hide the fact that really hurt.
Yeah, go for it.
I'm not hiding nothing. Actually, I play it up. I go, oof! Ow. Jesus Christ! You have been putting on some muscle since last I saw you, and I slap him on the back.
You probably slap him on the back a little too hard.
Really hard. Okay, Ishmael. I really do appreciate you taking the time to spend with me today. I know I don't really deserve it, but I love you, kid.
He does one of those. Okay, Father.
Cool.
I gotta go.
Cool.
Yeah.
Bye.
Cool.
All right. Yeah, cool. I got
Cool,
places
cool.
to
Yeah,
be too.
yeah,
Actually,
yeah.
I think Tomas is looking for me at the inn, so I don't really know what time
That's
to talk
cool.
right now. But I'll catch you later if I see you around. Goodbye.
Kid literally hearing for the first time his father say he loves him.
At least it wasn't the dreaded, thanks.
Yeah, at least the first time since he hit puberty.
Yeah. So you all, Ichabod, very drunkenly, the rest of you head over to the inn. Tomas is in his room. If you ask the bartender, he'll tell you which room he's in, or you can just call him down. Either or. But as Tomas is walking down, you see him walking down the stairs from the upper level of the inn, and he spots you all and kind of gives you a nod. But when he hits that last step, he just stops, and you see his face kind of scrunch a little bit, as though he's listening to something.
Blaznir, what's he listening to?
That is a good question. What is it?
Well, this is going to be an active perception check.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, which I have advantage on. 24.
You don't hear any. Well, I mean, you hear a lot of shit. You hear because you hear everything. It's an inn, and there's
Just
tons of people
not that.
talking, but
Oh,
there's no voice directed to him. But after a moment, you see him. His face kind of pales, and his eyes go wide, and then you would very clearly hear him reply, "Well, fuck. I'll be there as quickly as I can."
It's not good.
He then looks over to the rest of you. And in that moment, as he's stepping down off the stairs and walking towards you, Lapis, in your ear, you hear a voice that you've never heard before. It's feminine. It's sounding kind of panicked as you hear the words, "Outpost Alpha is under attack. Conclave members recalled to all Conclave members recalled to Revancia immediately." And that's the message.
I'm gonna relay that to everybody else. Like, I think we've got some trouble, guys.
We?
Barkeep, can we get around?
As you're saying that, yelling out, "Barkeep, I need a round," Tomas comes running over to you all. He looks up directly at you, Corin, and he says, I need a teleport spell to Revancia immediately. Could you help me out with that?"
Sure. What's going on?
The Conclave outpost out in the city is under attack. I don't have many more details beyond that, but if they're recalling all field agents to the city, it can't be good. How could they attack this?
Do these cultists not take a break? Like, come on.
So we've been there before, right?
To Revancia? I don't
Yes.
think you ever have.
Okay. Does he have an object or know of a circle?
Well, there is the Conclave outpost in Revancia. Let me. You see him flicker his wrist, and a book pops into it. You've seen Lapis do this, as well as other members of the Conclave, and he's kind of flipping through everything and flipping through everything, and he says, "I shouldn't be giving this to you, but this is too important."
It's an emergency.
It is.
Yeah,
an
and
emergency.
I would basically just say, look, I've never been there. Unless you have an object or a permanent circle, then there is a chance of a mishap when I use teleportation. So
There is a teleportation circle in the Conclave. If the Conclave is under attack, however, I have no clue what we're going to be walking into. But then
So it's
again,
the same thing we just dealt with today.
and
I
I
was
was
nice
actually
practice run.
I was actually getting ready to point that out. You did say you owe me a favor for coming with you to the keep here.
No, I was just trying to make sure that we didn't have any chance of going off target.
Yeah.
So
Tomas, you risked your life today to help our little town. We're at your service.
Great. I appreciate it. When can you be ready? If they're under attack, we need to get moving.
it takes me a minute to cast teleportation circle, and then we can go.
I finish my drink and say, "Well, I'm good now."
Yeah, I think we've got everything else we've needed today, so.
Ichabod notices that I'm not actually drinking the drink that he brought for me because I'm casting the spell, so he picks it up and drinks it himself.
Yeah, I was about to say, you gonna finish that?
I never even started it.
Waste not, want not. That's what I always say.
Do you think we're
Marking
gonna
off
be? Do you think we're gonna be in combat immediately, or?
I refill my flask,
no way to tell.
my travel flask.
Yeah,
I'm just asking.
Honestly, I have no idea what we're going to be walking into. The teleportation circle is on the 7th floor of the Conclave building in Revancia. Other than that, I can tell you that mostly it's archives and reading rooms on that level, and below that is one of the science divisions, and above that is antiquities. So, who knows?
Well, I marked real fancy.
I marked off a set of components because I'm using teleportation circle.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Let's do it in his room so that we're not in the
Yeah, obviously I'm not doing it right out in the open.
Yeah,
I'm gonna use a wild shape to summon Kayan.
Okay. You all run up to Tomas's room because he had the same thought. Let's do it someplace private. Close the door and locks it, and you begin sketching out the symbol that he gives you. It's complex and ornate, but you do have a conclave teleportation circle that you know of already, and you can see the similarities between the two.
Can I send a message to Edmund via the sending stone to let him know that we have had to skip town in a hurry? But we will be back just as soon as we can.
You do get a response fairly quickly because he has the sending stone right there. Thank you for letting me know. I will be focusing on keeping things going on here. I wish you all the best.
Man, I'm just waiting until I can put a teleportation circle in our villa or whatever it is, so that I can make it so that when you're drawing it, it just looks like an arcane symbol of some kind, but then when you get it finished, it's like a hand giving the finger.
Jesus.
And for every time somebody dimension doored away from us,
yep.
we just go back home.
Yep. Well, it takes a year to inscribe a teleportation circle.
And you have to do it every day.
Yep.
It's annoying.
So we're gonna have like a big time skip, right?
Yeah. We're gonna have a big time skip between now and facing whatever is going on at the con.
I mean, we were joking about the making Blaznir the big bad evil guy for a one shot, and we have to come take him down after.
Oh yeah, so for that one,
we'll have already made it. There you go. Yep.
Okay, that's good.
Okay. Well, you finish inscribing the circle. Tomas has grabbed up his bag and has put his gear away and is waiting patiently. And he does kind of he gives you a little bit of information. He's like, now I don't know what we're going to be walking into, but assume that if the teleportation's still working, that it's going to be dangerous. Be on your guard at all times, and not only for whoever's attacking. We can assume it's the cult all we want, but let's prepare for any eventuality. But also keep in mind that our own people are there, and they're probably fighting whatever's attacking. So keep your eyes peeled and try not to do some friendly fire.
Do they have any markers to be like, oh yes, I'm part of this guild?
I mean, most of us tend to wear browns and greens, but other than that, he shrugs and points over to Lapis, who just wears her normal shit day to day.
You really need to get like a specific sigil. It's anyway.
I've got a lot of experience on the battlefield. I don't think it's going to be a problem.
Well, everyone has a tattoo, so look for the conclave tattoo, and he shows you his.
Right.
And if it is the cultists, I think they'll be pretty easy to identify.
Yeah,
so,
whoever shoots at us first,
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's get to it. And as he says that, you finish your sigil, it flares up, and you all step forward into the circle. And that's kind of where we're going to end things for today.
Okay.
Yep. So we're going to start things up next week with the Debauchery Circus assaulting whatever is currently assaulting the conclave.
Reverse assault.
Yeah.
Assault and buttering with intent to kill.
Oh yeah. Right back in it.
So that should be a lot of fun. Well, thank you to everyone who watched this evening. We very much appreciate you tuning in and hanging out with us. Come back next Monday at 3 p.m. Central to find out what the circus is going to find when they transport to the Erudite Conclave in Revancia. So on behalf of everyone here in the Debauchery Circus and everyone in the Fab 5 crew, I just want to say once again, thank you for watching. Have a great evening, and we'll see you next time. Good night.